Welcome to the CFG Gamecast episode number 171, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every Sundays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and so much more. So show us some love. Do us a favor and give us a like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, or follow on Twitch, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. What is going on, my cyborg?
No photos, please. No photos. Thank you. This week was a rough skis for me. Last week we discussed how my car broke down with Smitty's children in it. I fixed it, and then it broke down on me again.
No.
Thankfully, I had my tools in my car. I told them, I said, you're charging my battery, and it's not going to last 24 hours. He was like, well, this is the protocol. I'm like, that's fine. Sure enough, it broke down, and I made it into a Walmart parking lot. They didn't have an automotive center. It was a whole mess. And, I got the battery in, got the car started. I'm going out of the parking lot. My power steering has gone out, and my AC has gone out. And I'm like, oh, no. That's a belt, and that's all connected to my water pump and everything. I'm like, this is not good. So I didn't turn my car off. I got Brandy to all her appointments, got her home, got me home. Car broke down again in my front yard. I was like, thank you. I made it home. That's all that matters. So I had to call in the big guns. I had to get Jer Bear over at my house. And he takes one look. He goes, hey, short stuff, come here. Picked me up, and he goes, it's that belt. I'm like, I know. I can't get to it. My arms don't fit down there. So my brother came over, and we chatted while he fixed my car. So thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Gaming wise, I don't even remember what I did this week. Oh, we had a surprise party for my moderators. Two of my mods had birthdays almost back to back. Nightmare Waffle had hers. It's not Nightmare Waffle. Her name's Nightmare Wolf. I call her Waffle because apparently I can't read. So she had her birthday, and then Mick is about to have her birthday. And so we did kind of like a smash surprise party for them. So we did like a whole game night on Wednesday, and it was a blast, and we had fun. But yeah, being outside all week, I'm a coughing headache mess. And when Mr. COVID over here texted me, I was like, oh no, but I've tested negative, so we're good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy. It's great. Sounds like a very crazy week in general. So, man.
You know, it's hysterical. My best friend, the whole time I'm in the parking lot fixing my engine, she goes, no one has come by and asked if we needed help. And I said, they won't. I know what I look like I know what I'm doing. And she goes, this is crazy to me. I said, yeah, the only time a man has ever offered to help, no offense, boys, it is when I'm trying to loosen my lug nuts on my tires, and I'm standing on it, holding onto the top of my car, jumping on it because I'm too little to get like the torque into it. And then a man will come over and offer his muscle. I'm like, nah, I'm good, thanks. But she was my little cheerleader through the whole thing. So that was great. So thanks, Brandy.
Well, that's good. Hey, but Lex.
Yeah.
Do you know the person that's actually it's kicking COVID's ass right now?
I do. His name is
the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty in the third seat. What is going on, my dude?
Yeah, like you said, we're just over here battling COVID. We made it 3.5 years without getting it, and somehow we end up having it. Obviously last week was a super crazy busy we did the JB&A. We were over there, Las Vegas Inferno, for a pre-NAB show event that they were doing, showing off their technology. Really, it was a lot of NDI. They're basically, their esports production was NDI based, which it was really interesting. We got to have did an interview with their CEO as well, just talking about the technology and stuff. So it was fantastic. Again, NAB is, like I said, that is a broadcaster's Christmas. All the big tech companies and new stuff and all kinds of information is still being put out there now. It's a huge show out here in Las Vegas. So while I was doing that, I was having meetings. I started not feeling well here the other day, and then I thought it was just my allergies and stuff, and then when I realized I couldn't taste anything, and eating food wasn't even satisfying because it was just stuff going down my gullet, I realized I should probably take a test. And I just got my PCR back, and yeah, definitely the whole family is positive. So at least, you know, again, silver lining, we're able to still hang out as a family as we all go through this instead of somebody having to be quarantined. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm feeling a lot better than I did earlier in the week, but again, it hasn't been anything too crazy on my end. I know Scorp Kitty is definitely in the body ache phase right now, and yeah, and I don't know, the little seems to be doing all right too. And then Lizard Elsa, she's definitely got the cough and stuff, but I think the meds help her out a lot. So we're just getting by. I just feel bad for the girls because, you know, next week and testing and stuff like that. But other than that, we also, video game wise, I took the opportunity to beat friggin' Breath of the Wild yesterday. We defeated Calamity Ganon. It was awesome. I enjoyed it. Don't you shake your head at me. And we did it, so we're ready for Tears of the Kingdom. I am pumped about that, and I'll probably take some time. And there's definitely some games that I need to finish. Well, oh gosh, here we go.
No. I'm not ragging on you at all on this. Okay, I'm just asking. Excuse me.
You got him sick too.
Yeah, no, right. COVID goes through the internet.
Yeah, didn't you know?
But what was your take overall? Like your full experience of beat this game first time. Like what how did you feel about it? Like
I loved it. Here's my issue, and it's me, not the game, is that I took too many years over the time. So I feel the story feels disconnected just because I didn't grind it out. And it took like a super long time, and like, you know, but I still enjoyed it, but like, I don't know that I really got the story, I guess.
Did you pick up from where you left off, or did you actually just play a brand new game and you
No, I picked up from where I left off. This has been the same save file since I've had the game.
Oh, so this is like a save file that you had, like you started like 3 or 4 years ago, and then you just came back on it and then just
I've been intermittently playing it. Yeah. So I was intermittently playing it over. Yeah, it was the same thing what happened with Metal Gear Solid 5, where I took so much time, it didn't become a cohesive story because I had long breaks in between. So it's like, I don't even know if I understand. Like, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed all the different beasts and like the stories of the legends, and like I understood like that story, but like it felt towards the end, it felt very disconnected to me, and all of a sudden I was like, all right, now I'm just going to beat Ganon, because that's what you do in every Legend of Zelda, is you go and beat Ganon.
It just sounds like you're disassociated. It just sounds like you kind of sound a little disassociated from, in general, like the whole plot, because I mean, you knew what you were expecting to get yourself into, which was to defeat Ganon again, but you just, but it was like you wanted to finish it because of the only drive that made you want to finish this game was because the new one was coming out, right? That's it. Like, but it didn't make you want to be like, you weren't like,
well, I enjoyed the game, and there's so much to it that I didn't even get to explore, and I don't want to make that mistake again with the second one.
Okay.
With Tears of the Kingdom, I have to play it in a more fluid succession in order for me to feel more connected to the story. So I think that has been, and again, that's a personal issue in just the way that I played it. You know, for me to be able to be like, oh yeah, the story was amazing. Like, I couldn't say that because I'm not 100%, like it was disconnected from me just based off the way that I played the game.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I still enjoyed it though, and I enjoyed the mechanics. I enjoyed the world. Like, I know there's so much more that you can do, and I'd like to take more time in the second one to be able to explore the game fully. Plus, I missed DLCs from them too, and I know that there was one that like went back in the story of the legends and stuff like that, and was more focused on that story wise. I would have enjoyed getting that context, some more context in terms of them, but like, I'm just skipping over that stuff because the second one's about to come out. Maybe I go back later on, but I doubt it. But yeah, no, it was good. I got my Destiny 2 on, got a little OW 2 in, as well. I haven't really been playing much though, just cause I've been tired. So I've been going to bed.
Last week was a crazy week for you.
It was very crazy.
Week. So I can only imagine, man. Besides the COVID, but the NAV alone is just, is draining, you know, and then
yeah. Well,
You're not spring chicken anymore, you know.
No, well, it was also actually Scorp Kitty and I's 10-year anniversary as well. So we decided to give the gift of COVID to each other, and it was great.
It's like
so those plans completely blew up for this weekend.
I didn't realize the 10-year was a virus.
Yeah, no, I didn't look, man, when I say I will give you a very memorable gift, and here it is. Here's some COVID for you.
Hey, girl, I'm going to give you something that you never would have ever expected.
You ain't. Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise. Yeah, geez. Yeah, so it was good. Well, good thing, man.
It was, it definitely could be much worse. So I'm just glad that we're doing okay, and we'll continue doing the things that we needed to get feeling better. So what about you, man? How was your week? How the game's been? I know you're getting closer on Final Fantasy 13. 13, yeah.
The first time you
okay,
right.
That's what I thought. I was imagining the stuff.
yeah, I'm doing good. I finally fixed the crabgrass issue. I would do this whole the past 2 months, because oddly enough, dude, my HOA is so dang hardcore about the weeds of my front yard. First off, I'm was a little bit kind of annoyed by it too, because it looked really bad.
Yeah.
But they're going street to street looking at other people, and then they're putting pink slips and stuff like that. They're actually billing people because of this. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. Yes. No, but I finally got it all taken care of, which is, obviously some of the place looks really dried out, but it's been raining here pretty well. So it's been fixed. It looks a lot better now, but took care of that, which is great. But then the bigger thing but I also, I had to go do, only 2 days of streaming for Final Fantasy 13 last week, unfortunately, because I had to take care of some stuff with the doctor's appointments and stuff. But I feel like I'm getting close to the end. I feel like I'm getting there. I can just feel it. Yeah, it's so close. Once I'm done with it, it's going to be uninstalled, and it's going to be a distant memory into my saying that I finished it. But played some fights, got annoyed in some of the fights, got angry, shouting at my screen. But it was worth it though. But it's funny. You know what's actually funny, because I didn't even notice this, but most people really love me playing this game because how annoyed I get about playing it. I've never seen anyone want to watch me get annoyed about playing a game as much as this game has been.
I had that recently too.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy seeing you suffer.
You are.
It is entertaining. As a viewer, it is entertaining.
We're doing that too when I was playing whatchamacallit, because I didn't want to play the game. Somebody bought it.
Not
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did
and
you
every time I'd see a monster, every time I'd see a monster, I'd go, no legs, trying to cut it. I was like, oh man, the people are getting a kick out of it. I was like, this is funny.
Yeah, I mean, but it was really cool. So hopefully, I want to say I'm gonna push myself. I think I'm gonna try to finish this up this week, because I'm wanting to play some more. I'm wanting to play some Star Wars next week. Is my goal. So get back into it, because that game looks really, really good. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I was mostly doing this week. That I was going through the adventures of trying to get my medicine from the pharmaceuticals, and that's the whole adventure in itself that no one wants to hear about. So let's. Yeah.
Me and I are both having medicine problems every month.
Let's segue over to the real reason why folks are here. So, folks, as always, the CFG Gamecast, what we do is what we like to do is that each of us chooses a topic of discussion of the previous week in the world of gaming itself. The topics would or could be a game itself, or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. So if you want to talk about it, by all means, you can type in whatever we are talking about in chat. We would love to discuss it with everyone here inside the chats on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Kick. I think I got all of them this time.
Sounded like it.
Some of those mean Coke, but so we love to make this as interactive as possible for everybody. So just type it inside the chat and we would love to discuss it with you. So let's get this party started with Smitty. What are you bringing to the table?
Yeah, so we got, I absolutely love this story. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it before and whatnot, but basically there was this a tweet that went out by this guy named Xander, and he was saying that his mom accidentally entered into the All-Stars $250,000 Candy Crush tournament. And apparently she is doing really well to the point where she is actually in the semifinals right now, and she is number one in her pool. Basically, they're stating that she may even be number one in the country. I think this is absolutely hilarious. That apparently this woman, what is her name? Erin Roden. It's either Roden or Rodden, out of Colombia. But yeah, she's one of the top ranked players in the semifinal brackets. This is a prize pool of $250,000. She said that she plays, and this is actually a pretty interesting story too. It's like, so before she had played like competitive games before, and basically she would rage. She's a rage gamer. And she didn't want to do that anymore, so she stopped playing competitively. And it turns out that her son is actually a competitive. He was like the number one person in the Midwest region in terms of Super Smash. I can't remember what the character is. So he's a part of esports as well, and he's the one that actually told her, you know, what she was in, which I think is fantastic. But yeah, dude, like, I love the fact that, number one, this is a game that, and this game's been around for a while. She's been playing for the last 10 years, and she uses it actually because she has ADD. So it helps her to focus because there's a lot of stuff going on and this and that. So it helps her, you know, it's part of her routine that she's done. And this tournament isn't like a PvP style. It's basically like they play the game and it goes based off of points. So she is racking up enough points. She was able to skip around and go directly to the semifinals. That's how well that she is doing. I'm not sure where it is in terms of like rounds. I believe they're still in semifinals, and then the finals happen live in London. So she has the possibility. She has the possibility of being able to go over to London, and then I guess they compete or play live on stage for the finals, which I think they would, if you win, you would split the $250,000 prize pool money. But I love the fact too, and I think this brings an interesting point as well. I read an article the other day about how older gamers feel like studios and games aren't really made with them in mind. I feel like it's more of an afterthought than anything, and especially when you look at some of the, you know, a lot of these AAA companies that, you know, it's like there's a big audience, especially, you know what I mean, our age, when video games and even older than us too, you know, those are gamers. As you know, games have changed quite a bit, but a lot of those people now still have that gaming sense or are still playing games, but you don't really see you don't see a lot of games, I guess, that are kind of geared more towards that. We see more of a multiplayer and people trying to focus on multiplayer. And I know, like, even my dad was a gamer. That's how I got into games. And, you know, even for him, like, there's a bit of an intimidation factor going online. Like, he will not play a game because it has online things. He just wants to play by himself, essentially. Or like, I've gotten him to come in and play with me and my cousin. We did some Warzone and stuff like that, you know, just to be able to get him in and playing and whatnot. But like, I think there's some validity to that, just kind of how these older gamers are kind of a afterthought. And I'd love to see some studios really, I mean, I think a game that kind of gears towards that, I think of As Dusk Falls. I think an older crowd would definitely enjoy that. I know I had an absolute blast playing that game, and especially with the interactivity of Twitch and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool and innovative on their part to, they built it from the ground up to be like that. So I thought that was fantastic, but I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. If you guys have heard about this story, and I don't know, I thought this was awesome.
Well, I mean, the story kind of reminds me of that old video game movie, The Wizard.
I love The Wizard, dude. California.
Kind of, but it's only she didn't even really, she accented to, if she wins, dude, that I would love.
Amazing.
That would be a really cool story.
I'm rooting
I would
for
love
her,
that
man.
story.
Yes.
She wasn't even trying, and then she's like, oh, I'm usually in the tournament level, you're prepping yourself up, you're figuring out how to do things, to be optimize yourself to get better the best way, you get the highest amounts of points. She literally did none of that. She's just saying, oh, I just play my game like I normally do. And then and if it's the best, it's the best. If not, that's freaking awesome. That if she wins that way. But I would say, I just think that the feel of older gamers and stuff is always going to be a generational kind of thing. Because I was saying earlier before the stream, I was thinking that what gaming was for us when we were growing up is a lot different than what gaming is now for what everything is now. Because the biggest, because for me, when I think with for me, I personally love story driven games. The emphasis of story driven games is still there, but it's not the forefront of what gaming is. The biggest thing of what gaming is now is just getting turnaround, the fastest you can get turnaround for money, which is oddly enough first person is FPS, is first person shooters, free to game games like Genshin Impact, which is basically printing money in itself, and stuff like that. Their goals isn't just for fun as much anymore than what it but for how to maximize their profits and how the good return is for money, the good return of money when they release it out to the public. So I mean, in this case it is what it is, because I totally agree with your dad though too, because for me, even online, it's hard for me to play online randomly, especially a team game. It's hard for me to just say, oh, let me just play it online. Even though games like Wild Hearts, I love playing Wild Hearts, I still have to have a team of people that I know to do it. I can't just openly just say, hey, let me just play with some rando and have at it. That's just me personally for the network. I think, and I kind of blame that on Destiny 2, not Destiny 2, Ooh. Halo 2 kind of screwed me up over that a long time ago, but yeah, so I just think that it's just it is what it is at this point. It's just how it goes. I mean, what about you, Lex?
When I saw this story, I was rooting for it. So if you guys don't know, when you play Candy Crush, if you're that good, it's a little pop-up on your screen and it says, do you want to join the tournament? And she hit yes on accident. I have a friend that's really into Candy Crush. That was her thing when she had little babies, to pass the time between feedings and such. And so I've never been super great at it. I have that ADD game for myself, which is finding cats in a same color background. And I try to beat my time every time. But I think this is awesome. And I genuinely hope she wins. It's an amazing story. I don't know how old her kids are. I was kind of intrigued when you said Xander tweeted it out. I would curious how old he is.
Yeah, no, he was one of the he was the top Meta Knight player in the Midwest for Super Smash. So I'm assuming he's at least 18 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, and then he also said that she's been playing it for 10 years.
She's been playing it for 10 years.
Candy Crush has been around for a really long time.
Well, another interesting point too is that Candy Crush and they're owned by Zynga, right? I believe.
Yeah, they're owned by Zynga.
So Microsoft is saying that's the reason why they're trying to do the whole Activision Blizzard thing is to be but they're saying specifically for Candy Crush, it's got 270 million users. This is another printing or money printing game and it has been for years. You see the longevity in it, and if they're doing tournaments and things like this, there's some serious money that's behind it. So it would be like, I forgot, like, because Candy Crush has been around for a grip. It has been around for a grip.
A Facebook game too, like you would through Facebook
that
and like
Farmville
farm, or you could play Candy Crush, and then it ended up becoming its own thing.
Well,
and
Zynga is not owned by Microsoft. It's owned by
Take-Two, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Microsoft's trying to beat them out in the how many people are playing their
but
games.
Come on though, like you really can't. No, you really can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. They already have that number with Minecraft, with Mojang. So like, what the hell are they what the hell are they talking about? Like, wanting to do with Activision Blizzard? It's like, okay, whatever. It's just y'all the mentality of them just like to buy out these studios has never changed. That's what they've always done, and it's nothing any different. But to say that that's their reasoning is a stretch.
Well, they're using anything to try to deflect from the Activision Blizzard thing. Yeah. But I mean, again, they've made headway internationally in terms of getting approval from some international governments. So we'll see too what happens here in the States and that whole thing. But anyway, I thought this is just a fun story. I thought was awesome to be able to do that, and I really hope that she wins. I am definitely rooting for her. And she throws down like 500 and something thousand points a day. She has completed 11,000 levels, and she doesn't really use boosters. She hasn't paid any money. She's never paid a cent. Yeah. I love that.
These are kind of stories that you kind of that we need sometimes, It's just like
I feel it.
Kind of a nice random wholesome story. There's a lot of bad stuff that's happened in gaming and just in general, So, but no, it's cool. Like, so is there when is the finals? Is there a date on when this tournament ends, or like what are they going to do?
I'm not 100% sure I'm sure if I looked around, I could probably find a date as to when the finals start, because I know that they had talked about the finals. The finals are going to be in person in London somewhere, but I don't see anywhere about them talking about a date as to when it's supposed to be going down.
I got you. Okay,
oh nope, never mind. She lost already. As of, I'm sorry.
No!
There's an update at the very bottom of the article. It says update 4/20/2023 at 10 a.m. Despite a strong early lead, Aaron Rodin's son confirmed on Twitter that she was eliminated during the first round of the semifinals.
Dang it.
You are,
Sorry for getting everybody's hopes up.
It would have been just as bad if you said, "Well,
I should have just not said anything."
this just came in. Nope, she lost. Like,
hold on. Breaking news. As of 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm going to do just for this? And this is what I'm going to do just for this case, Smitty, because so you can learn your lesson on this. Like,
he thinks I'm going to learn my lesson.
I'm going to make a clip, and then I'm going to do an action replay news kind of graphic, and it will be posted on Twitter.
Good.
Oh, it's like, oh no. Nope.
Breaking news. Something come down from my producer. Something coming down from the producers. Nope, it turns out that you lost 3 days ago. Never mind. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to get your hopes up there.
It's so wholesome. Yeah, it's like, we'll be rooting for her. Yeah. You know how much of a jerks we seem like that all of a sudden?
I got it. I did.
Oh my God.
Exposed. So clearly I didn't make it down to the bottom of the article.
Oh my gosh.
So surprise.
Smitty, I'm glad that you're on top of it. I'm so glad that you're on top of this stuff.
COVID brain.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's COVID.
That's what I'm blaming it on. I'm sticking to it.
Smitty
Wow.
Haseo says Smitty never broadcast the news. I second that.
Oh,
Yeah,
third
definitely.
I have
There's a new material that the houses are being made of is called asbestos. It's like this is the thing it's called a hold in. Oh, this
Wait,
just
hold on.
said it gives cancer.
It will kill you.
It will kill you.
Oh my
Do
God.
not use it,
Oh,
folks.
My
Hey, at least it
bad.
happened during the same.
We're gonna go over time.
I had to fact check
Oh.
myself.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh my god. I am like crying. Oh Jesus.
Mouth hurts
Oh,
from
Lord.
smiling.
Sorry.
Well, that
sorry.
is a perfect ending to the main to the discussion
Oh.
of this. Oh, that is
We're so proud of
great.
you, Aaron. We're so proud of
Yeah.
you.
All of us.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so great. Anyways, but Lex,
Yes,
what's
sir.
what is your topic?
Well, I can tell you I've read the whole article, so don't worry.
How dare you? How dare you?
How dare her
So-
speak the truth?
Bless you. Everything announced during the April 2023 Nintendo Indie World Showcase. You guys know indie is my favorite. I love indie games. I specifically like indie horror. But a lot of these games are freaking adorable. And I myself need to utilize my Switch more. So they have a bunch of stuff like up my ADD alley right now. Miniko's Night Market looks freaking adorable. Old Japanese inspired village at the center of Mount Fugu is visited long ago by Miko, a cat-like god. And they visit farms in the village. It's just a bunch of fun and wholesome, like crafting with townsfolks, and ultimately you prepare like weekly night markets. So if that is your thing, you will love this game. It looks adorable. If you can also look up trailers for it. It's so cute. My time at Sandrock, not really up my alley, but I know a lot of you guys like sim sets.
Those
so
cozy
this-
games.
Mhm. My time at Portia, but gone are the luscious greens and countryside setting of that game. You gather resources, you assemble machines, and transform into a workshop. So this one, not so much my alley. But here comes Plate Up. If you haven't played Plate Up, this is so fun. It's fun with your friends. Now you will get frustrated with each other. Fair warning. I have this for PC, and we have played up night.
Isn't played up like Overwatch, Overcooked?
Yeah, similar. So you basically, when you start your round with your group, or if you're by yourself, you get to pick your map. And then what you do from there is you kind of, depending on how your map is set up, depends on how, like, for example, like how your kitchen versus where the seating area looks like and what you do. And so you can also make things in your little office area, and pull stuff into there so that it kind of transforms as you play along, so you can use those items, because each round you make money. So excuse me, hold on.
So is this like an update to the game, or?
No, it's going to
it's just
console.
coming
It's
to
going
Switch.
to console.
Mhm.
Oh, it's on
Yeah.
PC right now. I've played it with you before. I love the fact that you can like hop in and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And so you arrange your kitchen in such a way that, like, either the cooking does itself and you're just bringing out the plates to your customers, or if you have like a 4-person team like we usually do, someone's cooking, someone's washing dishes, and then 2 people are serving the tables and cleaning up. And so it gets faster paced as you go along, but you do make more money as you continue on. But yes, it's very much it's either an, oh no, so and so didn't do their job and we lost, or it's a, you didn't do your job, you better figure it out, you're just getting switched to cook next time. So it's a lot of fun. I'm glad it's going to Switch. I think that'll be a good wholesome family
Sounds like
one too.
Sounds like a friendship breaker. That's what it sounds like.
It can be. I mean, sometimes people get real quiet after a round. You're like, uh-oh, was it me? Am I the problem?
The person
Cook,
getting mad and be like, I wish that person just shuts her fat face up or
mhm,
something like that, or some
right?
nonsense like that. Oh my goodness.
If
I
you're
can
more of a
imagine this.
Right. If you're more of a board game person, and right now I've been obsessed with cat games, Quilts and Cats of Calico looks adorable. So it's a board game. You need to place your tiles, which it's a quilt. So your board is a quilt, and so as you place your tiles, you're basically making this beautiful quilt. Um, and you sew patterns and you score points, and that's how you kind of earn your keep on the board game. But there's a lot of cosmetics in it, and it looks absolutely stunning. Rift of the Necrodancer looks super cool. So
The
it's a
sequel.
spin-off game of Crypt
uh,
of the Necrodancer, a new
Is there?
storyline.
Is it? Is it a sequel? Because it's made by the same people, right?
It's I would assume so. They're saying it's a spin-off. So we can say sequel. That works too. Excuse
Mm-hmm.
me.
Says an all new storyline.
So all new storyline. It's musical lane based combat system. You'll need to match the on screen prompts barreling down the lanes in order to defeat enemies. So it's very much kind of story game meets Guitar Hero in a sense. So
I
you
wish
have
it's
to
not.
battle to the music, which is a
Yeah.
lot of fun. There's it brings boss battles with additional challenges to the songs. Um, so it's a little different. So it's a little more in depth, and I like that a lot.
That looks a
Um,
lot different than
mhm,
what Crypt of the Necrodancer looked like. Wow. Okay.
yeah. Um, the Cupboards and Drawers DLC, it's for a game called A Little to the Left. That will also be launching soon, so it's going to add 25 new puzzles to the tidy up as you explore. Um, Basically, this is kind of an organization person's dream. If you've ever watched
Mm-hmm.
those TikTok videos of people organizing their ice, this is kind of like that, but in your hands. So it's interesting. You have to tidy up things and make them fit in certain areas to like a T, and it's interesting. Again, not super up my alley, but I know a lot of people enjoy that stuff. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon Puzzlers Pack DLC is also being released. And my favorite, Cult of the Lamb Relics of the Old Faith, which means it's also coming to PC for me. But I
Have you
do have a
watched?
Switch.
Have you watched the cartoon of
Mm.
Cult of Lamb from
And
Mondo?
no.
I didn't
It
even know that
is
was a thing.
yeah, well,
Mm-mm.
Mondo makes like random, like they make spoofs. They make spoofs of
Okay.
like
Mm,
of stuff
mm.
like that. But they did a really good spoof of Cult of Lamb. You should definitely check it out. Check it out. I'll send you the link after this.
Please do. I will
Yeah.
definitely be watching that. Cult of Lamb has been on my wish list since I heard of the game, and I still don't know why I haven't purchased it. I need to do that in the next month or so.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you come across new items, relics, enemies, and then the DLC features 4 guardian bishops, new buildings to construct, and additional followers to recruit, so you can keep the
Nice.
faith going. Um, Animal Well. I've never heard of this publisher, which is Big Mode. It's interesting. So basically, you explore an atmospheric, pixelated world in search of treasures within a labyrinth environment.
Is
Items you pick up can be used in a number of ways, like a quick getaway or to have a friendly animal help you. So you get crafty as well in this one, which it looks beautiful, and this doesn't really do it justice. If you really look up the trailers for it, it looks so cool.
yeah.
Crime O'Clock, I'm excited for. I play a Where's Waldo type of game already, and this is very similar to that, but a little more in depth. So you have 40 cases to solve across time and space. There are different eras, from the Lost Age to cybernetic futures.
Mm-mm.
And it looks really interesting. I love the bunny, so freaking cute. But this one looks like I'm definitely getting that for the Switch. And then
How
I don't know.
many?
Mhm.
Like how many of these individual, like I mean, indie games did they announce on this thing? I mean, it sounds like they made a lot. There was a lot of
We're
them.
almost to the bottom. There's like 3 more, 4
Uh-huh.
more, sorry. And they showed quite a bit. If you didn't actually see, because I watched the showcase, it was pretty good. Um, some of them they obviously showed a little bit more in depth than others because there's more to show. But yeah, in total, I can count.
Like I mean, because like overall, I just think that I mean, I don't think I think it's unanimous that the Switch is like the main the main console if you want to come to like these massive like small really like true indie titles. Say I want to say true indie, but not to discourage people that are real regular like indie because they're smaller than a third party, but rather
Right.
people that have like crews of 2 and 3 and
Yeah.
stuff that's just doing it. Like Nintendo's the Switch is literally like the forefront of most of that. In my opinion, over like and stuff over PC. But I mean, the game, I just love the fact that that it's easily accessible, that they're bringing that much stuff specifically for the Switch. This may not be. I mean, it's going to be I'm assuming it's going to be multi-platform, but the big they're most of these companies get a lot of their money out of the big three from the Switch's side.
Well, and what's even cooler, so they're finally releasing Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach later. I think it's already available now.
I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be available. And then they're gonna release Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, Paper Trail, Little Kitty Big City, which that's an adorable game. Champs of Sonar, Brotato, Escape Academy. So they're really releasing a bunch. And don't worry, if you don't have the Switch, a lot of these are also going to be available on the PC if you're a PC gamer like us. But they looked so cute, and I'm super excited for Cult of Lamb. And I need new puzzle games in my life, so I'm stoked. I need to utilize my Switch more. I rarely touch it, and for someone who's disabled and in bed quite frequently, you would think that I would play my Switch. I don't. I forget about it.
You have the Steam. I thought you have a Steam Deck.
Mm-mm.
You don't? Oh,
I do
okay.
not.
I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I have friends that do.
Smitty, do you have a Steam Deck?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
You don't? Okay.
I think I'll get one eventually, though.
Yeah, I don't think I will. But the it's not because I hate it. It's just I don't like playing handhelds. I don't play a lot of handhelds.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I play my Game Boy Color still more than I play my Switch.
That's insane. Because on the thing, if you have the thing, they have Game Boy Advance games on there now online.
What for?
And Game Boy.
You gotta pay for it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, $20. It's like $20 a year.
I know. But here's the thing: if I played my Switch more and I could commit to it, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But I play my Game Boy Color, and then I wonder why I can't see after, and that's a me problem.
I don't think it's a you problem because, like, I think I think people underestimate the feel of being laying in bed and playing something. Just playing something while you're laying down and stuff. I think it's not as good. Like, I feel uncomfortable when I'm playing on a person.
Doesn't feel natural.
Yeah, I do. It doesn't feel weird. It feels weird to me. Like, and it's just to have a screen like at your face, like while you're laying down, so you're kind of either putting the screen upwards, or if you're angled upwards, you're just like right there close to your face.
I'm usually on my side
most of the time.
When I play.
Yeah. Even that. I mean, like, it just feels weird to me. And like, I just decided, like, so I was like, you know what? No, the only time I would want to play like something handheld is if I'm going. Let's say I'm on a 10-hour flight somewhere.
Right.
Or somewhere that would keep myself, preoccupied. That's why I felt like I didn't really need to spend $500 on the Steam Deck.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then, and then let alone like the Switch was the cheaper of the two. That was actually, that could also easily mount without paying extra for a docking bay just to play the games I like. So yeah, so that's just me.
And I agree with you. I think I got the Switch because, we had planned to travel a lot and, well, not a lot, but, more than, twice a year. And so I always bring the Switch and we'll trade off with it. I'll read my book, he plays, and then we switch back and forth. But I end up always reading more on the flight than I do playing my Switch. But I do need that distraction because, again, I'm disabled and it's painful to sit in a seat and not move for 4 to 6 hours. So I have to have something that distracts me, or I'm in the bathroom hiding and crying until the flight lands. So, and I get it. It's different. And a lot of times when I'm in bed and I don't feel good, having my hands that far apart feels weird. Whereas my Game Boy Color is close together and I can just lay on my side and have the light shine on it from behind me and I can play it. And it doesn't feel as invasive, if that makes sense. But I need to put a backlight on my Game Boy Color. I really do. But yeah, these are good Switch games. And so if you're like us and you're like, hey, I got my Switch and I'm traveling, get a game. You're welcome.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. It's actually, I find Donk just said here that's because even being stuck in bed with Switch isn't that good. I totally agree. I
Yeah, I
would
feel
totally agree because I mean but like I said, I think it's just like a lifestyle, like if you're used to it
It's a
or whatnot,
preference thing for sure.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely a preference thing. It's not knocking anyone that does in there like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Like for instance, you remember when the Switch OLED came out? I
Mhm.
was like, do I really need this? I don't really need this because I don't my Switch is like 100% docked at all the times.
Same.
The only time when I don't use it is it's not docked is when I was having those power outage issues earlier. But other than that, don't need the OLED screen or anything of that,
No.
Right.
So yeah, to go with
Well,
it. So
and for us too, like we started on, Atari, NES, Game Boy Colors, and then now we're PC gamers. So that feels more natural for us. And we docked so many hours doing this that, and I get it for you guys, when I'm in the hospital, I have to have something besides the TV because I can't see the TV anyways, and they'll never let me wear my glasses because my head is swollen. So I have to have something in those times. And that's where, the money spent on the Switch came in was nice. And I can kick his butt when we play group games. So
so that's
Smitty's
that's
like, no
perfectly fine.
response.
He's like,
Yeah, I figured that you were pointing at dust through the door. Something a little more realistic.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that.
Me at everything. What are you talking about?
That would be.
That's why I knew you were pointing at dust.
Look at that. That's a little bit of feistiness there.
That's right. Man. I come with smoke.
All right.
I can't remember what the game's called, but me, you, Doc, and Dust, and I kicked y'all's butt.
Oh yeah, what were we playing? It might have been Mario Party. Mario Party.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
kicked y'all's butt.
Yeah, that did happen. That's true. That's true. I won't deny it.
That's ridiculous. Who's pointing at me for what now?
Beating us at every game that ever existed.
All right. Well, anyways, I'll close it up here, and I wanted to talk about the another showcase that happened last week that was really big. Was the Street Fighter 6 showcase that Capcom did to reveal a lot of its special features of how the game works. And Smitty or Lex, did y'all watch it? Any of that? Or
I did not. No,
I was fixing my car in the front like a good mechanic.
Yeah, yeah. So no, you should definitely watch it because, like, I don't know if you ever played. Do you play Street Fighter a lot? I don't even know.
I haven't played a Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2.
Sure.
To be honest,
Jesus,
Green Guy's my favorite.
I do plan on playing this one though. You said Blanca?
Don't ever go to an arcade with me. I will kill you with Blanca every time.
What's actually kind of cool? Okay, first off, shout outs to Kwamba because Kwamba actually sent out a fight stick for me to check out. And,
snap!
Can I have it?
Yeah. So it's actually, I was taking a look at it. I took a look at it, and it's actually out at my front door right now. I'm gonna pick it up. But shout outs to them. Can't wait to mess around with it.
Shout outs to them too if they send me one.
Yeah, it'll be great. It's great. They're nice, but yeah. So like, but anyways, back to the Street Fighter. Street Fighter 6 is going to be like, this game is like probably the meatiest game I've ever seen for a Street Fighter. Like when it comes to content and comes to like introductions, like this game is literally meant for everybody. Like they have like the world tour mode, everything that they're adding. They're trying. Like, it looks like they're trying to introduce a new age of people getting into fighting because the FGC, or aka the fighting game community, is usually pretty stale. Not necessarily stale, but there's usually the people that are within the fighting game community it's within themselves. They don't usually there's not a lot of like new people that usually get into it. But this one has a lot of different kinds of things that could possibly get people introduced into something that would something that someone may be like, oh, this is pretty tight in itself. Like you can create a character. You create a character. There's a story mode where you get your create a character, and you're learning moves from all the characters that's inside the game itself, and then you're doing special thing. There's a story mode that you have to follow that takes you all over the world and stuff, and have these crazy features and these crazy things like what you're seeing right here in the preview are all these people's creative characters.
Question.
Here.
Is it 2 rounds or 3?
You can make it up to you can make it up to 2 or 3 if you wanted to.
I'm a 2-round girly. By the 3rd round, my hands were like, I can't. So
yeah, well, I already told you. You might be beneficial to a hit stick.
I know. And Donk wants to know what kind they sent you, because he said that him and Reggie both have Quamba dragons.
Oh, you got the dragons? No, yeah, it's a brand new one. It's called the Titan. If you when I get it out of the front, I'll open it up. Well, I'll open up the box. I'm gonna make a video out of it. But yeah, it's really cool though. Like I would definitely get the like it looks like they put a lot of like TLC in this. I know the producer of this game loves Street Fighter, so we know it's in good hands from what we've seen in the past like 10 or 15 years. So but for the most part, like the characters, the designs, the DLC, and guess what, Smitty? It runs at 60 frames per second, just like another game that should run at 60 frames per second.
Wow.
that we shouldn't be running. Like it's freaking great though. Like the feel of it is just all out. Like I think that if you're like, I'd say if you're Smitty's levels, because Smitty likes Street Fighter, I believe, but you don't play it, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not necessarily interested, but you're just kind of wanting to, but you do enjoy it, right? Very casual.
Yes, I'm going to talk about it when I talk.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, is it happening right now? Were you asking me a question?
Yeah, I was asking you.
I thought that was a statement. Look, here's the deal. I very much was a Street Fighter from Street Fighter 2 OG. I remember playing arcades on the console. I think it was on Super Nintendo. And I haven't really. Here's my thing about fighting games now. I kind of have a problem with how they do their DLC packs, which they did announce a DLC pack already. Like they've already, and I kind of hate that because it feels very pay to win to me. Like you don't get access to these characters, and maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there's an in-game way like there is on Overwatch 2 where you can earn these characters. I've always had a problem with locking characters behind money. But I understand, I guess, why they do it. But like, so that kind of gets me to steer away from them. And the same thing, like we were talking about, like online games, like the fighting game can be, I'm a button masher, really. And I could do some things. I know characters, people, but like, I don't like the combos and all that stuff. Like, I don't go that deep. What I'm really excited about is the story mode, the campaign mode, being able to create my own character, but then still get to enjoy these characters without the pressure of having to compete. Now, if I feel like maybe I go into some online games or something at some point in time, the option is there. But for me, this is more about the campaign of this game and being able to get back into this story and pick back up. Maybe this will make me want to go back and at least watch videos of some of these characters, because there's a ton of characters I don't know who that is. So I don't have any connection with them. I feel like go ahead.
Look at it this way though, about what you were saying about DLC, and I totally agree with you. And like, you don't like the idea with the paywall. Look at it this kind of angle. We've been fighting games have been doing it like even back in our days, dude. Street Fighter 2 is probably one of the most notorious ones that's done it. Because you know what DLC was Street Fighter 2 back in our day? Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, when they added 4 new characters with Bison and Bison, so and so. Do you know what happened after that? Super Street Fighter 2, when they added Cammy, Fei Long, T-Hawk, and DJ. You had to pay full price, $70, just to get those 4 new characters to do it.
That's crazy. See, I did not know that.
Look at it. If you look at it that point of view, that's what we were doing already.
That's the same thing. Ago. No, if I owned one, I wouldn't get any kind of ultimate edition or anything like that. That was the one I owned. That was all I had. I can go to the arcade and play the other ones with the characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all fighting games have always done it that way. So we never really called it DLC. The only difference was that you just had to buy a new copy of that version of the same kind of deal. The one thing that I will say that will really pisses me off is when you buy DLC, when you get DLC, I don't want to pay for the same character that's been in the league, been around in its history. Like when it's like, hey, Street Fighter 6 is out. Hey, but the DLC character that's going to be coming back is Sagat. It's like Sagat's was created in 1992. I want someone brand new, you know. I want someone brand new that was made from the deal. They're kind of doing it like, and I understand to get recognition because I think the bad taste in their mouth was Street Fighter 3 because 3 didn't sell that well on consoles initially. Because they decided to clean sweep and make brand new characters all over and stuff. But if they introduce new characters with their DLC content mixed with maybe a classic character, then I guess I'm okay with that. But no, I do understand your the frustration on that with that. But no, I'm sorry because I went blank there.
Yeah, no. What are your thoughts?
So I loved Street Fighter 2. That was my jam. And then they got rid of Blanca, and I was very upset. We've discussed this 100 times. When we got games, that was the game we got for the year, and that's what we played. I never got fighting games, and I wonder why, because maybe my mom just thought like, she won't be interested in it, which is funny because I was taking like Taekwondo, mixed martial arts, and I was also kickboxing, so I would have loved that. And part of me is like, can you guys make this for my VR where I have to physically kick and punch? Because that's a great workout, number one. Number two, these fools would drop. I would love that. I'm kind of torn. Like I like that you can create your own character, but I'm a Blanca girly. Like I want to electrocute people. I want to have my fun. And so I'll probably make like a chick Blanca, like a She-Hulk. But
Blanca's in this game too, though.
I know, but you're supposed to make your own character and this, that, and the other. Like,
well, this is just for the campaign mode.
This is just the campaign mode. The regular versus mode has Blanca.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm probably gonna get it. I love Blanca. And I was a button smasher for a really long time, and then when I got really into Injustice, not a huge DC character fan, but I had 3 brother-in-laws at the time that were also really into it, and girls can't play video games. We don't know anything. And so I went home and I studied the combos, even to the point I had a notebook where I would write the combos down so I would remember them. And so I would just sit there and count. I would count and I would destroy them all. And I was like, I'm just good at the game. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll try playing this. I mean, like, there's gonna be all like I said, like the thing that makes me on board on this is the fact that if this is going to introduce new people to the game and play into it, then by all means, I don't mind. I know people have the elitist mentality of like saying, oh, this person's playing with this kind of style, is not playing with the classic controls or whatever. But I really don't care if these people, if this will allow people to still enjoy playing a game that they should enjoy without feeling bad about it, then so be it. Do what you need to do, like so I really feel that this game definitely needed a giant facelift for what it's been for the several years, and it actually looks very interesting. I mean, interesting, and I can't wait for it to come out. It'll be it's a good thing, especially check it out with the new fight stick. I had no idea that Donk had a fight stick. I didn't know you played fighting games either, so that's pretty cool.
Stick. I read that in the stores a long time ago.
I am pumped for this, man. I am pumped for this. I'm pumped for Tekken 8 as well, because I've been a huge fan of Tekken forever. I've started going back and playing some of the Mortal Kombat just to see the story as well. I know, it's like I forget, like, if anything I enjoy it because like Lex was saying, like I played Injustice and Injustice 2 literally for the story, and the story, like, it was pretty dope. Like those were probably the last fighting games that I played were those, but I never played them online. Huh?
Yeah.
I kicked Dust's butt in Injustice 2.
See? Remember whose butt did I kick at the X-Men fighting game though? I whooped on somebody somewhere.
Ooh.
Was that the charity?
That was at the charity, yeah. Some random it might have been a random person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Or I played 2 people. I smoked whoever it was, I smoked them.
I'm pretty sure it was your imaginary friend.
It definitely was not that. That was not it. That was not it.
Oh, this just in. Street Fighter 6 got canceled. I'm just
Wait, what's that? Breaking news.
Breaking news. Street Fighter 6 just got canceled. Never mind, guys.
It actually was canceled 2 weeks ago. My bad.
By 2 weeks.
See, it was Dust and I. That's right. And then a rando came up wanting to play another. Yeah. See? Thank you. That was confirmed. That was not made up.
Was I?
That's right. Yes, you were there. Because you were there too.
It was when we did the fundraiser for Extra Life at the arcade.
Yeah, I was probably in the car sleeping at that point. I was
I was like, yeah, no, dude, I was smashing up that random dude. Like came up. That was crazy.
It was actually a good time.
That was fun.
Yes.
Or he let me win. We were first dating. Who knows?
Well, we'll see. Street Fighter 6 coming soon. Can't wait. Comes out June 2nd. No, not June 2nd. It comes out in mid-June. In June. Comes out in June. I'm not going to say a specific date. There you can right now. The beta is open. It's not the online. It's not for the fighting. It's just showing the story mode out and stuff. So you can
even better
just do a regular local versus. So definitely download it on the PS5. It's available now on the PS5. It will be available on Steam and other platforms on
I believe next week
of this month. Yeah, the 26th.
Or
so
like in 3 days.
Definitely check it out, man. So there you go. So, folks, thank you for listening to the CFG Gamecast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation, as always. We will be back again next week with some awesome brand new topics, as always. So if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. We will release it on all podcast services tomorrow, every Monday, every week. So there's absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices.
Ooh.
Guys, thank you so much, and also be sure to go check out our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to check out all the awesome content that we like to do from anime, video games, and so on and so forth. So once again, this is Davis, Lex, and Smitty signing off. Y'all, take it easy.
Bye.